Every morning you are eagerly wishing ma'am good morning. Waiting for science? Well, here it is, chapter 10. Reaching the age of adolescence. Quite appropriate because you are all reaching the age of adolescence. What is adolescence? Well, let's read here. Buju was celebrating his 12th birthday. They began talking, they were talking, and so on and so forth. There was some of them had a hairy line above their lips. The change, the transition between a child and an adult, it doesn't happen overnight. You don't wake up tomorrow, Harshit, with a long beard and a very thick voice and big muscles and 1 foot taller. It happens slowly, and the change from childhood to adulthood, that transition period, is known as adolescence. It says growth begins from the day you are born, but suddenly when you cross the age of 10, your height increases noticeably and other changes begin taking place. They show that you are in a transition. You are neither a child nor yet an adult. You are an adolescent. Now, it lasts till when? How long? When would you become a full adult? Well, pretty close to your voting age or your legal marriage age. Around 18 or 19 years, you are fully grown. Your body has changed from the body of a child to the body of an adult. So has your mind, okay, internally as well as also external appearances. Now, the beginning of the changes is the onset, the start of puberty. What is the purpose of a child growing into an adult? Well, nature only knows one purpose: to make more children. Only adults can reproduce, and children should grow into adults so that they can make more children. Just like we as farmers know that every plant flowers so that we can have fruit which has seeds which can make more plants. Let's read a little bit about the changes that happen during adolescence. Some of you probably, I don't know, I haven't met you for months, are noticing these changes already. A hairy line, as it is written, sounds horrible, but the beginnings of a mustache above the lips of boys. Okay. What other changes happen? Well, one change that we all look forward to is the increase in height. You suddenly shoot up. All the long bones of your arms and legs grow so fast that you look and become much taller. Here is a percentage of total height that you have reached. When you're 8 years old, you will still have almost 30% of your height left to grow. It's a bit depressing. My age is not even here. That means I am not going to go any taller. But you are all 13. That means you are going to be at least 10% taller. Your height is only 90% or so of its adult height. Here is a way to calculate it for your full height in centimeters. Shall we do this one? How about you each do it for yourselves? I would like you to measure your height with the help of your home, I call them home teachers in the lower classes, but with somebody at home. Measure your height, write your age. Here's the example. A boy is 9 and he is 120 centimeters tall. At the end of when he's fully grown, he's likely to be 160. That's short. He's going to be shorter than me. Now, you all can measure it. The simpler way, of course, is to look at your parents. A boy will be probably 2 inches taller than his father. A girl will be 2 inches taller than her mother. This works for me, but I would like to see this calculation done today by all of you. You're going to do this, your age, your present height, and your full expected height when you're an adult. What are some other changes? The body shape changes, and rightly so. Boys, as they grow older, get broader shoulders and wider chests. Why is this? Well, long ago when we were running in tribes in the caves, A broader chest, what's inside your chest? Your lungs. And if you have large lungs, you can run more, you breathe more, you become more cardiovascularly fit, which is useful if you are the hunter of the tribe. The women's body shapes change. That means, the woman carries the baby, so your hips have to become wider as you grow older. It happens from a baby cow to an adult cow. It happens in a female human being also, so that there is space for the baby inside the body. What else changes? Well, in boys the voice changes, which is why all your video questions that you sent me, I could not recognize a lot of your voices, boys, because your voices are changing. Okay, you know that the Adam's apple sits in your throat, and your voice becomes deeper as a man. For males, the voice becomes deeper as they become an adult. What else happens? Increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. That does not sound fun. That means you sweat more and you produce more oil on your skin. When that happens and you are eating only kurkure and no fresh fruits, then you get the famous pimples of adolescence. Teenage years are the years of adolescence. That's because there's more oil being produced by your skin. Then we have the development of the sex organs. A very important thing, because there is no species that is going to survive unless it can make more of its own kind. That means that at puberty, the male, you read about reproduction in the previous chapter, the testis and penis begin to develop completely. They also begin to produce sperm, which is the male cell that creates new life. In girls, the ovaries enlarge. This is inside the body. And eggs, these are not chicken eggs. The eggs inside the human ovary begin to mature and begin to release eggs every month. We know this happens in our animals. We all have most of us have a cow, so we know that this happens as a cow, which is also a mammal, and the same thing happens in humans. Now, what about this change where you become mentally, intellectually, and emotionally mature? Maturity means fully grown, adult. You expect that there will be more understanding. Your mental, that means your mental capability, intellectual, your understanding, your mind's power. Emotional, how you respond when your parents say you can't do something, whether you cry, scream, and throw things, or whether you are a little more well-behaved or a little more able to handle that emotion. That starts to improve in adolescence, but not right away. Actually, I think that in adolescence, because you are going through this change, sometimes your emotional maturity goes back and forth. All of you probably throw tantrums or cry or feel really sad, especially now when you don't have anything to do all day. A lot of you in adolescence may be having immense mood swings, feeling very, very happy or then terribly sad and hopeless. This is also part of the changes because of the hormones and because of your body's changes. What are you going to do for me today other than calculate your height? You're going to tell me about all the changes. What are the changes that occur during adolescence? All right, we've covered we've covered all of them. I would like to see that answer.